Right, you asked for it, so I've done it. A full copywriting masterclass from start to finish, teaching you absolutely everything you need to know to start making 10 grand a month as a copywriter. And telling you now, there's going to be a lot of very unhappy YouTubers if this video managed to get some traction, because when I say I'm teaching you everything, that means I'm teaching you everything. There's going to be no bullshit. There's going to be no going round in circles. There's going to be no open loops. I am literally just going to teach you step by step from beginner to pro, to outreach, to client retention, everything. All the steps that you need. That's going to be copywriting basics, direct response copy, branded copy, advanced conversion copywriting, SEO copywriting, outreach tactics, and then client retention and scaling. Literally everything. Now, I just want to quickly say that this is not going to be another online course that tells you that I'm telling you everything and then just doesn't, because I am literally going to show you everything start to finish, no bullshit. So before I continue waffling and completely take away from the fact that this is supposed to be no bullshit, let me just give all the newcomers a brief introduction as to who I am, what I do, and basically what copywriting is if you don't know. So you've seen the title of this video. Today we're going to be going over the copywriting basics for beginners. Now, even if you're an intermediate copywriter or you've been studying this for a few months and think that you're intermediate and advanced, there is still stuff in this lesson that I guarantee you do not understand, because there's not a lot of people I have spoken to that do understand this stuff, and they have clients. So make sure you're watching this video as well, because it's going to teach beginners, intermediate, and even some advanced copywriters some stuff that they might not have known about. So my name's James. You lot can call me Cav, all my friends call me Cav. The only person that calls me James is my mum, my sister, and my girlfriend. So unless you're a female, don't call me James. You can call me Cav Legacy. I'm a freelance copywriter, and I started doing it in March. I got my first client in, I believe, May, and then by the end of June-ish, I'd made around 5 grand, and I had a few clients. I think I had about 4 or 5. And then by the end of July, I had made 12 grand, not altogether. I made 12 grand in the month of July. And I think I'd worked for about 15, 16 clients by that point. So it's really easy to get into copywriting. You know, we're gonna go over it all today, but basically you can be making all the way up to 12 grand. And when I say 12 grand, that's British pounds. If you want to talk about American dollars, which most of you are going to be accustomed with, that's about 15 grand I made in 1 month with freelance copywriting. Right now I have, what's the opposite of upscaled? I've downscaled down to about 6 to 7 grand a month in British pounds, which is about $8,000 to $9,000 a month, because I prefer a healthy work-life balance. I'm not one of them that's going to fly head first into a 38-hour work week trying to make 20 grand a month. I'm comfortable making what I'm making, 6 grand a month, working a few hours a day. And that's the good thing about copywriting. You can either work a few hours a day like me and make up to 10 grand a month, or you can work full-time 38 to 48 hours a week and earn 25 grand a month. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do in this course. So enough waffling, and get straight into it. Let me just wait for Loom to finish its little countdown. Skip. Right, there we go. That's started. So editor, bring the screen up. So copywriting basics for beginners, how to start copywriting in 2025. What I am going to teach you in this course is literally everything that you need in 2025, because copywriting has evolved. There's thousands of people trying to get into it every single day, but there's also thousands of people quitting. Why are they quitting? Because the market has changed and you're being taught old tricks that don't work anymore. So I'm going to teach you the new stuff. But first, you need to learn the basics. So lesson 1, what is copywriting? Basically, copywriting is the art of persuasion through words. It is the act of writing text that is designed to influence potential prospects into spending money on a product or service. Copywriting is a high value skill that businesses will pay you thousands for. That is what copywriting is in a nutshell. It is writing words that are persuasive and make people want to buy things. So if you do that for a business, write persuasive words that make their customers want to buy their stuff, they will pay you a lot of money for that type of skill, because we use particular skills in copywriting to have higher conversion rates than ordinary people trying to persuade people, because we actually understand the psychology and know how to structure a piece of copy to actually convert and do its job. So An example of this, and by the way, before I continue, you don't need any sort of advanced English writing skills or a level of intellect to be able to do copywriting. I'm a fat idiot from Burnley, right? I've been a security guard for 4 years, a brain dead security guard, scratching my balls in the control room and occasionally rugby tackling and dumping people to the floor when they misbehave. I'm an idiot, but I got into copywriting because it's fucking easy. There's a misconception between easy and, what's the word? There's something that's easy and then there's something that's difficult. Now, difficult doesn't necessarily, or should I say easy, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be quick. Easy doesn't mean quick. Copywriting can take a while to get into. You know, it can take a few months and it can be a lot of work, but the work that you do is easy. Difficult means you need an A-star higher degree in English writing and you need this and you need that. You don't need any of that. You need a basic level of understanding of English and you need to have access to a laptop. And time, you need time. You need to be able to put consistent time into this. And it is really easy. Like I say, it took me 2 months. I went from making $2,000 a month as a security guard to making 17 grand in my first 2 months. And now I make $6,000 to $7,000 a month, every month, consistently, doing about 2-3 hours work a day. It's brilliant. So an example of copywriting. Businesses make on average 20% of their total income through their email campaigns. As a copywriter, your skills will enable you to reach or increase this statistic. What that means is 3 things. A business may already generate 20% of their revenue through email campaigns, but they're not using copywriting techniques, which means they've got a sick product. So once you start implementing copywriting techniques, that 20% statistic could increase to 26%. And therefore, if they're pulling in, say, $200,000 a month through their email campaigns, increasing that by 6%, they're now going to be pulling in $212,000 a month. So if you ask for, let's say, $2,000 a month in exchange for increasing their monthly revenue by $12,000, they're going to do it. They're not going to bat an eyelid. They're going to be like, hell yeah, go for it, do your thing. And that's why copywriting is buzzing, because it gives you the ability to do that. I think it's $12,000, something like that. I'm not good at maths. I'm an all right writer though. The next one is you can either, as a copywriter, enable them to reach 20%, which means they're doing less. So if they're only generating 10% of their monthly income, then you can push that number all the way up to 20. And therefore, if they're a $100,000 business pulling in that much money just from their email campaigns, then when you push that number up to 20%, that's gone from $100,000 to $200,000. A little bit extreme examples, but that is the general consensus behind what copywriting does. We increase conversion rates and increase revenue based off of the psychological techniques that we use in our writing. So, if a $10 million business generates $200,000 per month with the help of professional copywriting, without the help of professional copywriting, then by implementing your help, that business could increase that number all the way up to $250,000 per month. A business will happily pay you $2,000 a month to make them an additional $48,000 per month. That is the general idea of copywriting. They'll give you $2,000 and you'll make them $50,000. That's it. And then as you retain that client and build a relationship with that client, you can just ask for more money. You've been working with them for 3-4 months and you can say, right, listen, I have made you $50,000 on top of what you were already making consistently for 4 months. That's $200,000. And what have you paid me? $8,000. I want an increase in retainer. I want $5,000 a month now. And they will say, okay, no problem. And you'll get $5,000 a month for one client for writing 3 emails a week. It's cracked. So lesson 2. Why copywriting is the best business model in 2025. The competition is abysmal. There's thousands of wannabe copywriters trying to join the industry every week, and all of them are neglecting to learn the fundamentals of copywriting that allow them to stand out against their competition. What this means is You're all learning from the same 3 or 4 YouTubers that teach the same thing, and you are neglecting to learn other elements of copywriting which make you stand out. You're all doing exactly the same thing. You're all learning direct response emails targeted towards the fitness niche. How are you going to stand out when all you can do is direct response to a fitness niche, same as everyone else, same as the thousands and thousands of copywriters that are trying to start every single day? You're not standing out, which means you're not going to succeed. Not only that, you're all reaching out to the same people using the same shit Instagram outreach method. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what your favourite influencer says. It doesn't fucking work. I'll teach you what works because it worked for me. And it got me 15 clients in over 2 months. I've already got a video on YouTube about it, but that was the first video I ever recorded and it's fucking shit. So I'm going to upgrade it and show you how to do it properly later on in this course. All of them are targeting the same handful of niches for outreach, leaving the high converting niches free for the taking. Now, what that means is everyone is sending outreach to dropshipping gurus, fitness influencers, and just fucking influencers in general that don't have any money or don't have a business or don't have a product to sell. You're all just reaching out to the same type of people. So there's high converting businesses out there like engineering firms and mortgage brokers and property, all that stuff. None of you are reaching out to them. So no, there's no competition. And the reason there's no competition is because the niches that actually convert don't have anyone reaching out to them. So there's no competition. I want to teach you. Stand by. AI is shit and will not take over human copywriting for at least another 10 years. I'm not going to sit here and explain why AI is shit. It just is. If you want to do some research and research Google's algorithm and how it's basically clicked onto shit AI content, you can no longer rank on Google if your website is generated content using AI. You can't rank on Google. Google clocks on straight away and it's classed as junk. Do you know why? Because AI is fucking junk. It is junk. It is shit writing. Not only is it shit writing, it can't convert because it can't lie, it can't manipulate, it can't tap into psychology, it can't use humor, it can't use sarcasm. It is a robot. Robot copywriting does not convert. Human copywriting does, tapping into people's psychology, lying to them, or at least exaggerating, heavily exaggerating, psychological manipulation. That's what copywriting is. We'll get to it soon though. AI is shit. It's not going to take over copywriting, trust me. And especially for SEO, AI will never take over SEO because Google's algorithm will never accept AI content as high value informative content. So even if somehow AI manages to write the best direct response and brand copy in the entire world, it will never be able to write SEO copy because Google doesn't like AI. So there you go, AI is not going to take over copywriting. So why copywriting is the best business model in 2025? Because it's got a high income and work-life balance. You can make as much or as little as you'd like. You can earn $8,000 a month working 2 hours a day like me, or you can work full-time and earn $25,000 a month. Easy peasy. The reason why is because, like I said, a business will pay you $2,000 a month to write 3 emails a week. Those email campaigns will generate them $50,000. It only takes 20 minutes to write an email, which means you're working 1 hour a week for one client. If you get more than one client, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clients, then you can scale up to about $25,000 a month. Forget what everyone else says. $25,000 is the limit. That is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. I don't think you can make more than $25,000 a month as a freelance copywriter. You can scale and turn into an agency. And what that means is, say you've got $25,000 worth of work, you can just pay someone a wage, $3,000, to do all the work for you while you get more clients. You could scale that way. But in terms of freelance copywriting, I personally don't think you can get more than $25,000 a month, unless you manage to land yourself a miracle client that's pulling in $300,000 a month on their email campaigns, and they pay you a 10% rev share on all their revenue that they generate. That's like a miracle client. You're getting $30,000 a month off one client. It's never going to happen. That's a fairy tale. So get that out of your head. But In my personal opinion, the average for copywriting sits at around 10 grand a month. Like I said, I make around $8,000 a month or £6,000 because I'm comfortable working at that rate. But the average for people is 10 grand a month, especially single people. I'm a family man, I've got a family, I've got, a social life, all that stuff. Mainly family, I've got two stepchildren, I've got my girlfriend, I've got an house to run, we spend time together. So I like the work-life balance that I've got. But for young men who are single and just want to make loads of money and become millionaires, the average is about 10 grand a month, but you can scale up to 25. So copywriting is a mandatory skill that you need if you want to scale past 25 grand a month. It is a gateway to 7 figures. What that means is if you've got higher aspirations and you want to become a millionaire, you need to know copywriting, because copywriting is marketing, it is sales. You need to understand marketing and sales if you want to scale past 25 grand a month. And what that means is if you want an agency, you need to supercharge your outreach. And so you need to start running ad campaigns. Once you start running ad campaigns, then you need to learn sales calls so that you can then answer more calls with clients, close more clients, and then hire more people to do all that work for you. And then you need to be, it's just a lot. If you want to scale past 25 grand a month, you need to understand copywriting. And so again, that's why copywriting is good. If you're happy making 10 to 25 grand a month, then you can stick to being a copywriter. If you want to scale past that, then you need copywriting anyway to make more than 25 grand a month. Mandatory skill. Unless you do Forex and all that shit, but this doesn't require any initial investment. You can just get straight into it for free. So lesson 3, basic sales techniques. The secret to writing effective copy comes from understanding basic sales techniques. There's only 2 main techniques you need to understand for your copy to work the way it should. IPS, which is identify a problem, describe the problem associated with the product or service you're writing about, propose the solution, introduce a solution to the problems by describing the benefits of fixing their issues, and then sell the solution. Pitch the product or service that acts as the solution to their problems. The next one is the 4 big emotions. New releases, newest model, latest in scientific technology. Easy, it's easy to use, it requires no effort. You don't have to do anything. It's safe, there's no risks, it's free, and there's also a money-back guarantee if it doesn't work. And it's big, you're talking big results, everybody is doing it. Everybody is buying it. Big promises. You will lose 20 pounds in 1 week. I'm going to try not to use fitness references because it doesn't work. People kind of take the references that you use and implement that into real life. If I ever use fitness like as an example, don't take that as me telling you to write copy for fitness, because it doesn't work. It's just the easiest thing. That's why everyone on YouTube does it. It's just the easiest thing to come up with stuff on the spot, but don't write about fitness. So I'm going to explain these 2 templates. So again, identify a problem. What you're doing is describing the problem associated with whatever it is you're trying to sell. I'm going to use fitness as an example because it's easy to talk about and I don't have a script to read off. I'm just reading off the top of my head. So the problem would be you're fat, you're overweight. That's the problem. You need to identify and describe that problem. What that's going to do is it's going to hook the reader and it's going to agitate and capture their attention because you're basically describing their situation. They're overweight and these are all the negative implications of being overweight. Your arse is sweaty, your breath stinks because you've got cheeseburgers stuck between your teeth and food stuck in your tonsils. Your ankles are swollen, you can barely walk anywhere so you can't do any exercise. You just describe all of that. I'll give you some examples, some proper examples. And then the next thing is just proposing the solution. We've got your solution. We've got, let me think. I'm trying to think of something original here. So yeah, you're fat, you're overweight, your ankles are swollen, you can't do any exercise to lose that weight. We've got your solution. Introducing the vibrating mobility scooter. Don't worry about your swollen ankles because you never have to walk anywhere again. You can just get on our vibrating mobility scooter. Why does it vibrate? Because vibrating burns 4 times as much calories as walking does. So you can sit on our mobility scooter and just ride everywhere vibrating while you passively burning calories. We guarantee that our vibrating scooter will help you lose 20 pounds in the first week of using it, as you are burning approximately 2,000 calories every 3 hours you spend sitting on our vibrating scooter. Not only that, you can throw your sofa and your armchair away. Just sit on our vibrating scooter while you watch Coronation Street. That's the solution. And then you sell it. For this week only, it's got a 20% discount. There's only 200 left in stock, and we've already sold 195 of them, so there's 5 left. Get yours now before it's too late, or else you'll be fat forever. Really simple stuff. I'll give you some better examples later down the line, but that is, again, that's just your general idea of your basic sales technique. And then the next one is just, I've already explained it, it's the 4 big emotions. They're the points that you kind of need to hit in your copy. You need to explain how something's new. You need to explain how it's easy to use, it's safe, so there's no risks involved with it, and then you need to make some big promises. Once you hit those 4 emotions, your copy's going to convert. Now, I just want to show you this video, right? And I'm not actually sure if you're going to be able to hear the audio. I absolutely, fingers crossed, hope to God that you can hear the audio on it, but I just want to show you this video, and then I'm going to show you how it's done using basic sales techniques. Please, for the love of God, Lord. Apparently, my internet router's a potato. Don't worry about it, I'm gonna get a Red Bull while we wait. While we're waiting as well, have any of you ever heard of Grant Cardone? I think that's his name. He is a very famous salesman. Very famous. And I think he's shit at sales.
I want to sell myself. Okay.
Right. Let's watch this. You've got 1 minute. Sell the water. Let's see how he does.
Okay, first of all,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mic right next to it so you can hear it.
1 minute, sell
the water.
Okay, Grant, I understand you're looking for some water. I want to sell myself. I'm not here to sell water. Grant, I understand you're in the market for some water.
Now, when I give you a task to do, you're going to tell me I don't want to do that, I want to go do something else?
No, sir.
That's what you just did.
The reason why I believe we're here for a job, right? And myself is worth more than that glass of water.
I know why I'm here. I'm trying to hire you.
I understand.
I'm trying to find the best people that have whatever it takes. Not the pretenders,
Without a doubt.
not the wannabes.
I understand.
Okay?
Grant, how are you going
I've
to be?
hired so many people. I sit here, I spend my time, my energy, my resources. People come in, they dress good, they talk good, and then boom.
Grant, how are you going to be using that water?
How am I going to use the
How
water?
are you going to be using it? What are you going to use it for?
I could wash my car.
What is the purpose
could,
of you're
wash
looking
your
for some
fucking
water? What are
car.
you going to be? You're going to do a slip and
Glass of
slide? You're going to
water.
gargle with it? You're going to shower with it? How are you going to be using the water, Grant?
Gargle with it.
Huh?
I can gargle.
So you're this water you're going to be gargling?
I can gargle. I mean,
Okay.
I've never gargled with water, but I guess I could gargle.
So that's what you're looking for, water to gargle, correct?
Right. I'm going to stop it there because that's just, it's absolute bullshit. What I'm going to do now, editor, put me on the full screen. I'm going to pretend that you are Grant Cardone, whatever his name is, and you have just told me to sell that water so that I can get a job as a salesman. I'm going to show you how to do it because even Grant is shit. I don't even think he knows how to sell that water. So, sell me that water. First things first, you need to identify a problem associated with the product that you are trying to sell. I'm going to give you all 5 seconds now to think what problem might be associated with a bottle of water. Why would someone want to buy a bottle of water? 5 seconds is up. Don't overcomplicate it. If you said anything stupid like wash your car with a bottle of water or gargle it, you're overcomplicating it and you're an idiot. You're thirsty. That is the only reason anyone is going to buy a bottle of water, because you're thirsty. That is it. That is the problem. So now we need to cater our sale towards that problem. First things first, you need to identify whether or not the prospect in question has that immediate problem. So if he said to me, sell me that water, the first thing I would say is, are you thirsty? You can get two answers, yes or no. If he says yes, then the sale is easy. You simply highlight the negative implications of being thirsty. So, what are the first negative implications of being thirsty? The main one that comes to mind is a dry mouth. You've got a dry mouth, must be uncomfortable. Here's a bottle of water. Bear with me though. There's more negative implications of being thirsty. Let's use some actual, scientific words for thirsty to make it sound more dangerous than what it actually is, because this invokes fear in the person that you're trying to sell to. So instead of saying thirsty, let's say dehydrated. Did you know that even a mild state of dehydration can reduce your cognitive functions significantly? You literally just said to me in that video that you spend hours and hours sitting here and hiring people. How can you sit here and make informed decisions when your basic cognitive functions are not functioning because you're thirsty? You're dehydrated. Not only that, I can tell you're in a bad mood. You're in a bad mood because you're thirsty. A mild state of dehydration can cause significant mood swings. So guess what? I've got your solution. If you want to improve your cognitive functions, get rid of your dry mouth, and in general, bring up your mood and be in a better mood to make more informed decisions and hire the correct people, then here's a bottle of water. Do you want it? Oh yeah, sure. $1. That's how you sell it. Now, if he says no, that's when things get a little bit more complicated. Now, it's easy to sell a bottle of water. So if he says no, then you need to identify whether or not the problem associated with needing a bottle of water is going to arise in the future. Which it is. We all know that we all get dehydrated after just a few hours. So you need to say, okay, you're not thirsty now, but you will be soon. You literally just said to me that you spend hours on end sitting here hiring dozens of people. That means at some point, maybe not now, but at some point, you are going to get thirsty. So what would you rather do? Would you rather get up, walk to the vending machine, buy an overpriced bottle of water for $3 from the vending machine, and then have to come all the way back and sit back down at your desk? Or would you prefer to buy a $1 bottle of water that's sat right here in front of you for your convenience? Oh, well, I don't really know if that bottle of water is the best decision for me. Well, guess what? Did you know that a mild state of dehydration can reduce your cognitive function? Identify the problems, talk about the negative implications of those problems, bish, bash, bosh. Right, okay, that's a good pitch. I can't be bothered walking to the vending machine and spending $3 when I can get this one right here for $1. And yes, I'd rather improve my cognitive function, so I'll take it. Thank you very much, $1. That is how you sell a bottle of water. Easy. And it's the same for every single product. Every single product, it's all exactly the same thing. I hope to God you all heard that, because my mic was all the way down there. I'm going to be absolutely fuming if the audio's shit. Fuck my life. Right. How do I get rid of this? Escape. Slideshow. There we go. So lesson 4, writing. One of the biggest misconceptions in copywriting is that you're required to have an advanced level of English writing skills. This isn't true. You only need basic writing skills to succeed as a copywriter, since complex vocabulary and intricate wordplay can confuse potential buyers and take away from the power of the copy. Your copy structure should read as follows. When writing copy, particularly emails and social media posts, you need to keep your copy simple and easy to read. That means using short, to-the-point lines of text that are easy to navigate. And for your vocabulary, don't be a smart ass. Use simple, easy to understand language in all of your copy. There's a plethora of resources you'll gain access to. Shit. We have a ton of resources that you can use. Good. Why? Because you need to always have it in your head that the person that you are writing for is retarded and they don't understand what the word plethora means. Use simple, easy words. So you write good copy. What on earth is going on? Right, lesson 5, mindset. Like any other business model, I'm just going to get this out of the way because it is important. I know there's tons of videos out there like, you have to work hard every single day and work hard towards your goals. But it's true. You literally do. You need to fortify your mind to be able to actually accomplish this, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in about 1 to 2 months like it did for me. But that's 1 to 2 months of just grinding. So like any other business model, nothing comes overnight. You have to accept the fact that you're going to need a lot of practice before you can start using your skills practically. The hardest you will ever work is when you're making no money. But once the money starts to flow, your life will start to get so much better and your workload will slowly begin to reduce. Imposter syndrome is not real. There will never be a time when you think you are good enough. You need to learn the basics, implement those skills into practice, check you've hit all the right notes, just make a checklist, and then start to outreach, because volume negates everything. You will never learn as much in practice as you will in the real world. Your goal is to get a client no matter what. Nothing else. That is your goal, to get a client, because once you are doing practical work, you will learn a lot more than you could ever learn practicing. And the final thing I want to say is do not quit. There's 2,000 copywriters that are attempting to penetrate the market every week, and 1,999 of them are quitting the week after. Don't be the one who quits. You will succeed if you don't give up. Now, the reason there's 2,000 copywriters every single week trying to get into it is because people do a very good idea of telling you how easy it is to get into copywriting, which it is, but they just don't tell you how to make that process easy. They just tell you how to do one thing, which is direct response. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do it better than everyone else, because believe me, there's competition in this market in making online courses for people. There's competition. These guys are all making these YouTube videos to give you a course, and they make it seem like they're giving you all the value in the world and teaching you everything, when in reality, they're teaching you 1%. I am going to teach you 100% of everything, because I've got 100 subscribers and I need more. And the only way I'm going to get more is by beating everybody else's content. So do with it what you will. Don't be the one who quits. You will succeed if you don't give up. So lesson 6, different types of copy. So there's 3 different types of copy, 2 of which consist of traditional or conversion copywriting, and the other gets a bit more complicated. So for traditional copywriting or conversion copywriting, copywriting that is meant to either warm up leads or convert sales, you've got direct response. This is the most well-known copy type. It is designed to get an immediate response from the reader. Branded copy. This is the most useful type of traditional copy. It is designed to warm up potential leads by highlighting brand attributes and providing free value. It builds authority within your brand, builds trust within the reader, so that when you then target them with direct response, they are more inclined to trust you and respond and take the call to action. And finally, there's SEO copywriting, a lesser known form of copywriting and much more advanced. It is designed to appeal to human readers and search engine bots to help websites rank for specific search queries to generate organic website traffic. This is the most in-demand copywriting service in the world. You can get SEO copywriting work anywhere once you know how to do it. Direct response and branded is a little bit more difficult. SEO, everyone wants it, because everyone wants to rank on Google. And the possibilities when you rank a page on page 1 of Google are limitless. You're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of incoming leads to your website every single month once you get SEO down. So people are screaming for it, trust me. So, to be continued. Now, this copywriting masterclass is going to be split into 6 or 7 parts. I can't put it all into one part because we're already 34 minutes in, and I don't want you all to fall asleep halfway through. I want this to be split, and I want it to be easily consumable for you all to understand as best as possible. So Make sure you've taken notes from this lesson. If you haven't, then guess what? You're in for another 34 minutes of taking notes. Watch it again. But in the next video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about direct response. The focus will be teaching you direct response techniques that can be used for any project that is designed to get an immediate response, whether that's an email or a website page or a lead magnet or anything, literally anything. I don't just say email copywriting. There's 3 types of copy: direct response, branded, and SEO. Direct response and branded can be used in emails, social media, website. This is the misconception. People think that email copywriting and direct response are 2 different things, but it's not. Email is just a platform that you put your copy onto. The actual type of copywriting is called direct response or branded. There is no such thing as email copywriting. You are doing either direct response or branded and putting that type of copy into an email. That's the difference. That's the misconception. If you want to access bi-weekly copywriting tips, then you can sign up to my newsletter to see how I write my copy as well, while providing you with advanced copywriting and client acquisition tips. This is my pitch. Sign up to my newsletter if you want to see how I structure my copywriting. You're going to see it later on in the course. I'm going to show you how I do all my copy. You know, we're going to do some examples together. But if you want some recurring copywriting sent directly to you that teaches you usable techniques in 2024 to be 1, a good copywriter, and 2, get clients, then just sign up to my newsletter in the description. You can also follow my social media if you want to support me. I post random videos very irregularly, but the support would mean a lot. If I had more support, I would probably post better videos and more often. So check the description if you found this video useful. If you're watching this after, I think it'll be like the 3rd of November it comes out, something like that. It's on a Monday. So if you're watching this after the 5th of November, then there's a good chance that part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of this course will be on my channel. So check out the channel for that. If you're in a rush to start outreach, I've got an outreach video that's already on my YouTube. You can check that out and just have a look at my page, see what you think. You know, videos are getting better as time goes on, but I appreciate all of the support regardless. But that's it from me. That's your copywriting basics for beginners. I'm going to teach you everything about direct response in the next video. So I'll see you all there. Thanks for sticking around, and please show your support. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, all of that. It helps and it gives me more incentive to do stuff like this. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.